Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. How are you on this very, very fine evening? Or more like morning, but still. Hello? Hello, everybody. Hello? Hello, everyone. That's too loud. Hello, everyone. There we go. That is perfect. Or at least that's listenable. It's listenable. So, I know no one's watching this right now, but I hope that if you are at some point in the future watching this playback, you are having a good time watching it. Welcome to my alpha 1.1.2 underscore 01 world. Um, well, if I could get the water. So this is the world that I think well, not the world, but the version that I think I play on the most. Uh, Now, I've seen a few other creators play on this version in specific, uh, but I actually grew up playing this version. So, when I was a smaller child, my father could not afford to get me Minecraft, but he did at one point play Minecraft on the older versions, and whilst he did not remember his login to actually buy newer versions, well, not buy, but get the newer versions of the game, he did indeed still have the old version of Alpha, or at least the old jar file for it and resources for it on his computer still. So I was able to play this version years after it came out, as my first versions playing Minecraft. Uh, so even though I may be younger than most to have fond memories of this version, I did indeed grow up playing it. So yeah, and I also think that I probably started play. Ouch. I think I started playing this version again a lot earlier than most. Uh, as in, like, I started playing this version again after I stopped playing it for a long time because, I got, play the newer versions. Oh, let me mute the in-game music. That way I don't get copyrighted. What was I saying? Yeah, so I actually started playing this version specifically in quite a few years ago now, around 2019 to 2018 was when I started playing this version again. Not really out of anything else other than just like nostalgia, but I think I play it for more than nostalgia now. I think I really play it just because I enjoy it more than newer versions. I think my original like reasoning for playing it again was just blatant nostalgia, but I think it's grown into a lot more than that now. Also, sorry about the terrible mic quality. I will hopefully fix that one day in the future. I apologize for that, but I am back. I am back indeed. So, time to get back into it. So if you are new to older Minecraft and versions like this, in specific, you know, the one I play, you know what, I'm not gonna read it out. You can see it in the top left, but this version in specific has a few quirks. So I'm sure one thing you've already noticed, despite my mass amounts of iron and my iron pick, I am not using my iron pick. And that is because durability in this version is kind of bugged. Well, in these versions, I should say. Despite the fact that you'd think that, you know, iron would have quite a bit more durability than stone, it doesn't, which makes it, quite honestly, not really all that much worth to use, especially for like long playthroughs where you're going to be doing any sort of grindy project or just anything in general, like mining. If you were to go mining and all the iron that you mined while you were mining, you mined with an iron pickaxe, you would most likely end up going through more iron mining it all than you would gain, like, in return for mining it. So it's just not really all that worth using. Sounds like there are some mobs in there. Should probably craft some more torches. Oh, and don't mind my skin. I lost a bet to a friend. It was not my choice. Can you... Yeah, lava, can you go away faster, please? You may have also noticed that I picked up my crafting table with a sword back there, and that is because a sword is actually the fastest way to pick up your crafting table. A lot of blocks in this version, and many versions to come before and after it, are bugged in which they don't correspond to the block they're made of. So crafting tables, even though they're made out of wood, they don't pick up any faster to an axe. Same goes with stairs, furnaces don't go any faster with a pickaxe, but it's still faster to mine them with a pickaxe. And also, you know, it'll actually drop the furnace. Because if you mine a furnace with anything else, it won't drop it. There are just a lot of small quirks like that to get used to. But other than that, the game is actually, like, very, very enjoyable. These versions tend to much so reward patience. A lot of resources take a lot longer to gather, so on and so forth. So it takes a lot of patience to play these older versions. But if you have that patience, these versions can be very, very mentally rewarding to play. Not only in just, like, dopamine when you finish a big project that you've been working on, but just, like, the contrast of these older versions to some of the newer versions. And that's one of the main reasons why I like playing these versions. Don't get me wrong, I still love newer versions, they're so great and I still play them, but sometimes you just need a break. You need to slow things down, rest your mind. I know that sounds really corny, but it's honestly true. It's needed after a while of playing the newer versions, because they do get quite exhausting. I apologize. My mouth was getting very dry from talking, and I did not want you guys to have to listen to that after a while. But oh god, what was I saying? Well, not what was I saying, what was I gonna say? I was planning to say something when I got back. Where's that Scully? Oh, there he is. Oof. It was a close one. I'm guessing he probably came from up there, so we should probably go up there and light that up in a moment. But I see a lot of ores, so that can wait. No, don't. Fall in lava. But I will at some point be making videos on this version. I just want to wait for a better mic before I do that. Because I think that streams can be a lot more forgiving with, like, bad quality gear, whilst videos are not as forgiving. If you want, like, viewer entertaining on videos, then you need like halfway decent equipment, or that just it just isn't gonna work. Oh, creeper. Uh, but I do indeed want to make videos on it. I just don't want to make them for nothing. If I'm going to make videos, the entire point of making videos on things is for other people to see them. And if I don't have half decent quality, then no one's going to want to see them, which means eventually no one will see them because people will stop watching. Give me that torch back. I have one there now. Put that one there because that lava's gonna go soon. Don't want mobs spawning down here. But this will also be going up as a VOD, as will probably every stream I ever do. So if you ever do see, if someone ever joins the stream and they don't have time to watch the full thing and they want to continue watching later, the stream will always be there for them to jump back to whatever time they have to go and finish watching. I don't know if I'll ever be that much of an enjoyable creator for someone to want to do that, but if I ever do, that option will always be there. If you are watching this VOD sometime in the future, I hope you know one day that the content will hopefully get a bit better. It's just a little bit dry right now because I have not a lot to talk about, and also no one to really talk about it to, because obviously I have no viewers other than like myself, because I'm viewing to see chat, because I haven't set that up on OBS yet. Wowzers, this cave just has loads upon loads of iron. And because iron doesn't really have all that much of a purpose in this version, at least tool-wise, that means I get to use it for minecart systems, which are by far the fastest way to get around in this version, because boats are incredibly slow. You can always build an east road, but I do believe that minecarts with a minecart boost are just slightly faster than that. And they're also better for long-term travel solutions. You know, I'm looking at my OBS right now and I'm just like very happy to see that I'm not dropping frames at all. Like, my stream hasn't dropped a singular frame. Oh. And I'm very happy for that. Because typically when I do stream, I drop like at least a few thousand frames every stream. Most of the time even more. But I think that's because I am streaming alpha, which just, you know, pretty obviously doesn't really take up that much CPU usage. So it's not bottlenecking my CPU, and it's giving me drop any frames. If you would like to know my specs, this is gonna be funny. Oh geez, I am playing on a 16-year-old laptop. Nope, you heard that right. I am on a 16-year-old laptop. Oh my gosh, a slime! Hold on. I always forget this version doesn't have coordinates. Oh, I need to make sure I remember this cave. There's a slime chunk here. There's a slime chunk here. Oh my. That's kind of awesome. Not that there's really much you can do. Why did I try to mine that? It's useless to try and mine. Not useless in general, but just kind of a waste of time to mine. I did start this world pretty recently, so I don't have too much built, but where I'm at right now is a pretty ways away from spawn. Just because I wanted to do some classic caving for this stream. So beforehand I went out and found a cave that looked like it had pretty good potential. That way I could cave. I will go back and get that coal in a moment. Just slide into stuff that we know mob spawn. But yeah. You know, my mic quality is pretty shit. As you can tell by me spending the first, like, 5 minutes of the stream trying to set it up and getting it to sound half decent. I really need to get a better mic. This is just like a $30 mic from Walmart that I threw on to be able to have a mic on my computer. That's not, like, trust me, the laptop mic from the computer was even worse. You'd much rather hear this one over that one. Trust me. My gosh, this is a massive coal vein. One thing about this version is charcoal does not exist. So, if you need coal, you have to mine it. Well, looky there. Coal led us to some iron. I will never say no to that. This version also has a very limited block palette. Meaning that anything that doesn't necessarily have a, like, use, say, gold. He's right behind me, isn't he? Anyways, basically anything that doesn't have, like, a defined use within the game, you can just put that inside of the block palette. Because a lot of blocks that you wouldn't regularly see in, like, modern Minecraft builds, you'll probably see in builds from, like, these older versions. Because, you know, we don't have a lot. We have to work with what we have, which means unconventional methods. Spooky. Old caves are indeed very unnerving, but I mean, to be honest, I think they can also be, like, quite relaxing. relaxing. Once you learn to, like, not be afraid of what could be in the caves, you can learn to be excited by, like, what things you could find in the caves, like ore, and you just learn to appreciate it even more. Because, I mean, in my personal opinion and a lot of people's opinion, modern caves are just overwhelming, man. Like, a lot of the times they're just so big, I don't even know where to start gathering resources from. Like, I see this ore over there, and I see that ore over there, and I'm just like, I have to get all of it, I have to get all of it. But, like, here, look at me, I've walked past, like, 15 different ores and haven't grabbed a single one, because I'm just enjoying myself lighting this up. And I think that's one of the true beauties of this version. It's just the kind of unspoken permission to just relax and enjoy the small things. Because there aren't really any big things to try and do. I mean, like, you can try and make massive builds and stuff, but making those massive builds honestly kind of, like, forces you to enjoy the small things as well. But I do promise I will try to get a better mic soon. I've just got to get the money for it. Because, I'm sure as most of you know, money doesn't grow on trees. You can't just say, oh, poof, I have money now. You have to acquire it somehow. Which, I mean, as a, I'm sure you can already tell, relatively young person, I have been trying to find a job and get money. But a lot of jobs will refuse to hire me, given either my inexperience or just my age. Which, I mean, it's kind of demotivating to, like, actually keep trying to go and find one. Oh my lord. Here we go, finally. But, I mean, the only thing you can really do is just keep trying. So, that's what I've been doing. I've just been applying, and applying. Trying to get a job, because, you know, I think everyone can agree it would be nice to have a bit of money stashed in their pocket for safekeeping and just for things that, you know, they want. Because I think, you know, everyone wants something. Whether they want to admit it to people or not, everyone has some kind of thing that they wish they have and they don't have currently. And I don't know. I'm just kind of gapping here because, you know, there's no one in the stream. But, I mean, hopefully one day someone will see this. I don't know if they will, but, you know, who knows. Oh, I was here before. Oh, I was here earlier. I was lighting this part up. Or no, maybe I wasn't here. Maybe it was Herobrine. He's gonna get ya. Oh, jeez. Gosh, I don't really know what to talk about or say. Just kind of been yapping this whole time. this chair. I do not quite remember how to get out of here. Is it this way? I failed that water blade completely. Nope, this takes me deeper into the cave. Honestly, I won't complain. If I don't end up finding my way out, I can always just, you know, do the thing everyone does. I can just, what's it called? Dig to the surface. Do the classic, you know, dig up until you find your way to the surface. Then look away around and try and get out. I can't tell if I placed this cobblestone. I mean, I had to have, right? How else would this get here? But why did I place this cobblestone? And when? Because I don't remember placing it. Did I have a water blade down here? Sea iron. Question is, do I get it or not, or do I keep trying to find how to, like, either get out or progress? I mean, I guess I could go up here, but I checked and it didn't seem like much. Yeah. This is making me nervous. I don't like being nervous. I try not to be a nervous person. Where am I now? Ouch. Oh my lord, I'm as blind as a bat. Oh, never mind. Wrong way. Wasn't through there. Oh. I'm blind, dude. Holy. I think I want to get out of here and start heading back to home base. Show you guys around there. I've never filmed it or taken screenshots of it before, so it'll be nice to, you know, kind of show it off to someone. Oh my lord, that slime scared the crap out of me, dude. It's terrifying. Yeah, over this way. Hey, look at me. Oh my. Ow, that hurt. It would not be great to... It would not be great to die out here. I'd say if I had to guess, this is at least, like, 500-ish blocks from spawn. I mean, like, I have a torch trail coming here from spawn, but, like, I prefer, you know, not to have to use that. Did I go up here? I don't think so. I think I chose not to. Yeah, I went this way. Over there. I'd assume it probably just came from up here. Yeah. Can I make that new? I can. There we go. Oh, not up here. I think I remember exploring that though. Oh, I remember this. Oh. Sorry if I'm being a bit more quiet and non-talkative. I'm trying to find my way out of here. I believe I came through this way. I did. Sweet. The light! I see the light. No, man, I'll have to use all of this cobblestone to build back up. Really hate that. Because this is like a main block of the block Paladin Alpha. So it feels like such a waste to have to do this, man, but I don't really have any dirt on me or any other thing I could use to build back up. Here we are. This is my Alpha Snow World. Let me turn down the render distance a bit, that way I'm not getting such bad frame drops. I'm just getting a little bit of frame drops because I'm streaming. You know how it goes. I'm on a 16-year-old laptop, so you have to cut down where you can. And now it's simply the long trek home. Also on the strip, I did find some cactus, which while it's not as rare as sugarcane, it's still pretty rare in Alpha Worlds. So it's nice to grab it when you see it. I'm sure you can already guess why it's pretty rare in Alpha Worlds, and that's because, not Alpha Worlds, Alpha Snow Worlds, sorry, misspoke there. And I'm sure you can guess the reason for that being that, well, everything's covered in snow all the time. It never stops snowing, which means that cactus and sugarcane don't really have all that much of a chance to spawn. So when you find them, it makes them, like, very, very invaluable to get. So it's always a good idea to grab those when you see them. At the time of recording, it is Monday for me. I have just woken up and decided that it would probably be pretty nice to stream today. I don't know. Thought I'd enjoy it. Especially by, streaming and playing one of my favorite games. Which is Minecraft Alpha, obviously. If you couldn't tell already. Whew, there we go, torch. I was almost afraid that I had lost my torch trail for a moment. I know that my home is, in this general direction. But I do not happen to know the exact direction. Like, I don't know exactly where I need to go because all of this back there, those are freshly gen chunks. I've never been there before going out to cave. Well, I feel like jumping miserably. Ooh, hopefully I can get there before it's nighttime. I don't want any googlies to spawn. That would not be the greatest. I do indeed believe we are nearly there. We will, I believe, be back at my home in just a moment. Should be just up here through these trees. I don't know why I'm jumping, it doesn't make you go any faster. Unless you're walking backwards, in which case it does. But only slightly. This should be the home stretch. just over this hill right here. Over right up here should be my home. There we go. There's my castle. I just built that yesterday. That's my little starting hut. And then there's my tree farm. Home sweet home. And home sweet torch spam. Dear Lord. And plenty of new ore to drop off. Plenty, plenty, plenty. I'm gonna need to get an ore chest soon. That's so much of the stuff. It's not furnished inside yet, other than like the floor, and I have, these keeps up here. Which, I like them. They're pretty nice. They're cool. But I would like to furnish it in here. I think I want some kind of like garden in here, maybe like a fountain directly in the middle. I think that'd look pretty nice. I'd either want that, or I'd like some kind of like big house area here in the middle. Or what I was also thinking is I could wait to put something in the middle of the castle when I extend this, because I do plan to like extend this, like make it wider this way and this way. This was just like a fun little project that I worked on while I was bored yesterday and the day before. And then this is my little shack. I know, the slabs, they look really ugly. I thought they would look good, and then they didn't, and then I got too lazy to change it, so I didn't. I'm trying to think of what to do now. I'm not really quite sure what to do right now. I don't have any ideas for like a build or anything. I mean, I don't want to end the stream, but like, there's no one to talk to, and I don't really have anything to do. And I don't want to just, sit silent in the stream. That wouldn't be the greatest, kickoff to my my Minecraft Alpha YouTube career. Also, why is this torch here? This torch does literally nothing. There's a torch right there. I mean, I guess I could show my my mine real quick. I'm just slowly prepping this area down here for strip mining. Also in turn getting use of it for cobble. I want to have it wider and longer and then prep it all for strip mining. That way I can, just make individual slots all the way down and strip mine. But I don't think that'll be happening anytime soon. I don't know. I have a lot of ideas for this world, but they're gonna take a lot of time, and I wanna kind of like prep some infrastructure for them before I actually start work on the actual ideas themselves, the actual projects. Which basically just means a lot of things that I would not like to stream, because I don't think they'd be entertaining for anyone. Then they're also, a lot of them are kind of the type of things where I would just like, put on some music, turn my brain off, and get them done. And I don't think that anyone wants to see that in a stream. So I'm not gonna do that. I really need to build like a gate because mobs keep getting in there. And I know what you're thinking right now. Oh, Auntie, why'd you just waste a piece of cooked pork that did way more hearts than you needed? Did you look at that chest, man? I have too much pork. It does not matter. But yeah. I guess for the sake of, having a half decent stream quality, I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.